Welcome, welcome. We have Miss SQ in the house, Miss Serene Queen. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I am the weatherman. Welcome to the Let's Talk Under the Tree podcast. I am glad to have you today. You want to tell your story about you are a domestic violence survivor, ma'am.
Yes, and thank you for having me. Um, I'm 31 years old, and I got into a relationship that it seemed good at the beginning, and then
Right,
it's like towards the end, it was more so of control. He wanted to control me, and it
right.
wasn't necessarily like hitting me in my face. It was more so emotional abuse, and then it turned into physical abuse with choking, and then he ended up stealing my car.
Okay, we're going to get into all of that. We're going to take a 33-second pause, and we'll get right back to you.
Okay.
Your real name is Miss Tina Bravitt, but I want to call you TB for short. Are you related to Tom Brady? TB.
No, no.
Okay, just checking on you, sis. All right. One time for your mind, two times for your soul. I am the weatherman. We would Miss Serene Queen. See you in 33 seconds.
Kingpin Music.
Okay, we're back. I applaud you for, even wanting to come on here and tell your story. You're a brave soul because most women would do it like over the telephone, but I salute you that you want to come on camera and tell your story. A lot of women in America go through domestic violence and they keep quiet about it. And they're actually just living with it, And it's an old saying from back in the days that the older generation of women used to say, a man don't love them unless he beat them. Have you ever heard that before?
I haven't, but it's very interesting.
Right. And so I'm glad that you didn't have to experience nothing like that, that if a man don't beat you, he don't love you. And, growing up in a small town, I'm sure you could never fathom that you would go through these things, coming out of high school, you're a very gorgeous young lady and you meet a guy. I'm assuming that at the time he was the love of your life. Am I right or wrong? You really, enjoyed the company. You was in love, I would say.
Yes.
Right. So what kind of turned things sour? Did you see the signs or was it a gradual thing?
Um, I would say after about 2 to 3 months, I started to see the signs. And then I kind of pushed it to the back of my mind. I was like, okay, well, maybe he's angry and not towards me. So, maybe as we move forward on, our journey together, maybe things would change and it ended up getting worse.
Wow, did you go through the domestic violence and the physical behavior from him with harm on a regular basis every week, or was it every once in a while?
Um, I would really say first it started to maybe like every few months, and then it would turn into every few weeks, and then sometimes it would turn into 2 or 3 times a week.
Oh my God. Did you feel all alone that you didn't have anyone to talk to, or did you ever fear for your life during these episodes?
Yes, there's been multiple times that I feared for my life. Um, I really didn't reach out much. I think I kind of punished myself as well. I was just like, well, maybe I did something, in my life where I deserved this. So I ended up staying with him for a longer period of time when I know that I shouldn't have.
Wow. Is this your no, well, I want to ask you that. I'll take that back because we're going to keep that private. Almost got into who it is, but that's okay.
It's okay.
A lot of women who go through these type of things, they kind of feel sort of suicidal, and you just want to say to hell with it, and you would rather sleep in peace with the Lord, and you don't have to deal with this anymore. Have you ever experienced those thoughts?
Um, just being honest, so that I can share my story with other women who may have experienced this as well. I have. I've had a lot of sleepless nights, and I still do, just worried, like, am I going to go outside and someone's going to, try to attack me, in front of my son. So yeah.
Wow. At what point did the light bulb come on and say, you know what? I'm not taking this anymore. You're going to start correcting yourself, and that's the end of that.
I would say when I started noticing my son's behaviors, it seemed like he started acting out more. And then my concern was no longer myself. It was just like, I have to make sure that this is not the environment that I'm having my child around, because I don't want him to grow up and think that he's supposed to handle women the same way, So that was really the switch for me, where I was just like, this has to end. And it did.
Right. In a previous conversation, something that kind of touched home to me, you said you experienced something that he um, knocked your car window out, busted it out, something like that.
Yes. So he actually threw like a cedar block through my car because I was attempting to leave. Um, he ended up shattering my sunroof. Uh, I ended up staying with him at the time, and he felt that it was okay that he threw the cedar block because he fixed the window.
Wow. Were you ever like borderline homeless? Because some women, when they get away, they just leave and they don't, go back. Whatever they, clothes you have on at that time, that's it.
Um, I would say I've been borderline homeless as well. I've actually, went for long walks in the middle of the night just because I felt like I needed to get away. Um, and I would just go walk, you know. But it was terrible knowing that I had to return to it, because when you go through domestic violence as a woman, it makes you feel like when you go back with them, it makes you feel like you have no one to communicate with about it. It makes you feel like you have no one. And so you're just stuck there dealing with the disrespect, dealing with the trauma with the person who's, bringing that negativity into your life.
By looking at you, you have a lot of glow, and other folks may look at you and say, you know what? The Serene Queen has never went through anything like this. That's just the outer appearance, that's the shell. But the inner you, you said you think about those things. What keeps you going? Because you don't perceive to be of anyone who has been through all this trauma.
Um, I mean, honestly, I do still wonder, how do I keep going? And yes, it's my son, but it's also the creator of all that exists, the great spirit, that keeps me going, and I just focus on that. When I get tired, or I just feel like giving up, I just say, well, the creator loves me enough to continue to put me in a better position, even if my last position was so terrible. So I said, well, if the creator cares about me this much, then I must care about myself that much, and also my son, so that I can continue to move forward.
How long did you keep all this in? Have you ever reached out to a family member to give them a little bit of insight what you were going through, or you just kept it totally private?
Um, at the beginning, I really kept it private. Um, but I know that my family probably was trying to figure out what was wrong with me, because there was a lot of moments where I was kind of lashing out. And sometimes I would lash out on the wrong people. And it's just because of what I was dealing with, and because I was so angry and I didn't feel like I had someone who would understand, without passing judgment. A lot of the times there's judgment, and it's basically because the woman continues to go back. So at times, instead of the family, accepting it and just saying, okay, well, she's returned a few times, at times they'll feel the type of way, and basically feel like, well, she keeps going back to him, so let me turn my back on her as well. And for women going through domestic violence, it's important, that they have a strong support system, And, even if they do go back, they need to know that they still have, people that love and care about them and won't turn away from them.
Was your son your strength? Did you look to your son for some of the strength that you needed because you seen him and it gave you that mindset? Well, I need to make a change.
Yes, I will say that. Just about 6 months ago, I ended up back with this person, and I'm just like, wow, like I ended up back with this person, thinking that I could heal him. But it was the broken parts of me that actually went back to him, and I had to realize that as well. So, looking at my son now, I said, we've already experienced this. And if we're attempting to move forward, how are we going to move forward if I'm still in the past? And he was still the past. I'm not sure if he'll ever change. So I looked at my son and I said, if I'm not doing it for me, because at times I stopped caring about myself. So I said, well, if I don't care about myself, I have to at least care about my son enough to end this situation. And that's what happened.
Praise for that. If it wasn't for your son, do you think you'd still be in this situation?
Um, Honestly, I think that I would. And it's just because I was just so traumatized and emotionally damaged that I stopped loving myself. So if I didn't have my son, then I would probably still be sitting there dealing with someone who just wanted to come into my life and control and destroy it. Um, so I'm glad that I do have him because, you know, at times not realizing it, he has saved me from myself.
Good. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. I've spoken to somebody that you know, and they made a comment. I told you about it. I'm going to say it. She's a pretty young lady, and I hope that she don't find another knucklehead. Good girl. He said, good girl, pretty girl.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Right. That was a good compliment. He was very sincere about that.
Well,
You know,
I appreciate it.
but always remember in life is not where you start, is where you finish. Always remember that we all go through bumps. Sometimes we don't really know why we go through these things, but the answer is you might find out later on. I don't agree with domestic violence or nothing like that, but the process might be something later. You know that that we figure out in life. Okay, you might say, well, now I see. It might be later on. It might be tomorrow. It might be 10 years from now. We really don't know. But,
Yeah.
that's what it is. I have a sister, so I can't even imagine her going through something like this because I might do some things I'm not proud of if I ever get a call, whatever that may be at that time.
Yeah.
But but the creator has kept you, and you are a survivor, you know, and I'm proud of you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, moving forward, what has the Serene Queen accomplished as far as you're an entrepreneur? You have a little business. I think you into oils, right? Something like that.
Yes. Right now, my business, Serene Queen LLC.
Hmm.
Right now, I am selling a luxury repair oil. So what that means for your skin is if you have damaged skin and maybe your skin has been damaged maybe for a few years, maybe a few months, maybe for a few weeks, it's important to apply oils or it's important to apply oils that are going to repair your skin. It's going to replenish the balance. It's going to replenish your skin's barrier, and it's going to restore your skin.
Good. Well, I might have to use, some of that. My face get kind of ashy sometime. You got something for little old me?
Yes. You could check out my website at www.serenequeen.net. Check out my website. I'm coming out with 2 new products this Friday. It's targeted for acne, allergy, and allergy prone skin and sensitive skin. For years, my skin has just been so sensitive, and I used to turn to and I won't say the brand, but I used to turn to like an oatmeal lotion until I found out that there's animal byproducts. So, I've been basically detoxing my body. So I'm also detoxing my skin. And just being a melanated queen, it's important to apply fruit oils the same way that you eat fruits and vegetables. I enjoy applying it to my skin, and that's what helps me keep the natural glow of my skin, whether it's spring, summer, winter, or fall.
There you go. I'm comparing your skin to mine right now. It's a big difference. My skin look kind of hard. you got some of that stuff on you right now?
I do have some. Now this is my personal bottle because I do use it. I do use it quite often.
Mm-hmm.
But if you take a look at the oil, it's flawless. It's flawless. And what you'll do is you'll cleanse your skin in the morning, cleanse your skin at nighttime. You could either take a few drops and drop it on your hand, or sometimes you could just get the wand and drop it on your skin, and you press it into your skin. You'll leave it on your skin for about 15 minutes. After that 15 minutes, you'll see that basically your skin basically drinks it up. And instead of it leaving like a really oily, texture over your skin, you're just going to have this natural glow. You're going to feel your skin and it's going to feel soft like a baby skin. And over time, you'll notice acne marks, hyperpigmentation. If you have premature wrinkles over time, you'll notice with that oil that it plumps your skin. So it's renewing your skin and refreshing your skin as well. So if your skin does feel kind of hard, it's going to soften your skin. If you look at the actual skin of the plum fruit itself, because it's plum oil that makes up my Impress serum, the serum that I sell. And the skin of the plum is actually tight, is firm, doesn't have a lot of wrinkles. So that's why it's important to apply something like a plum oil to your skin, especially aging skin and maturing skin. You don't want to wait until you have so many wrinkles that you're trying to repair it at that time. By adding my Impress serum or luxury lightweight fruit oil to your skincare routine, over time you'll notice by reducing wrinkles, you're actually preventing wrinkles from happening as well.
Oh, okay. You broke that thing down. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Right. So some of these ladies like to get their feet done so they can rub some of that on their feet also.
Yes, you can rub it on your face. You can rub it up on your neck, your décolleté, because I know sometimes you can get acne on your chest. So it's also good for acne, rosacea, eczema. If you suffer with acne on your back, for women, you can put it on your bikini line. You can put it on your knees because your knees get really dry. What I like to do with my feet, I like to soak my feet. After soaking my feet, I apply that serum on my feet. Because yes, your face is important as well, but the rest of your body is important as well. So it's a targeted repair oil. And what that means is if you're having a skin issue here on your arm, or you're having a skin issue here on your leg, or really anywhere on your body, you'll apply the repair oil to those areas to basically repair the skin.
Right. I'm very proud of you. You breaking it down like a doctor.
Well, thank you.
Man, I got to watch how I talk now. Yeah. Make sure you can understand my words. I'm just a country boy. You breaking it down like a skin doctor and all that. Yeah. But that's pretty good. You're going to do well. One of the celebrities that I interview always told me that when you know you made it, you have haters.
Yeah.
Right. When you have some haters, that's when you made it.
Yes.
Don't worry about that. You're going to do well.
Well, thank you.
Right. And I've seen your growth, and I said, you're a little bit before your time. You have a lot of knowledge. Folks looking at you on the outside may think something different, but to have an actual sit down with you conversation, you're going to do well in your business. Remember, Rome wasn't built in one day. You're going to do very well. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So how's your son doing? Is he bad?
He's doing good. He's what I would say is he's active. not necessarily hyperactive, but he's active and, a little country. So he needs a lot of land to run around in. So, my next goal is to, grow my business to the point where, I can purchase land and I could have generational wealth so that I can have more freedom for me and for him.
You're going to do it. Always have that open mind, free thinking, and think outside the box, And that's what you're doing. In previous conversations, I said, wow, she's smart as hell.
Well,
Right.
Thank you.
Right. You're very smart and you making some positive strides. Don't never go back to that situation you were in. That's not right.
Yeah.
If that ever happened again, just give me a call and I might sing a song first before, I might do some things that I'm not proud of. But the song go like this: Jesus, keep me near the cross.
You're funny.
You didn't know I could do all that singing.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Let me hear you sing a little something. Just hold on. Just give me the catchphrase. I want you to repeat after me. One time for your mind.
One time for your mind.
Two times for your soul.
Two times for your soul.
That's all you got to do, baby. Yeah, you got it. But I'm proud of you. You're doing a good thing. And I apologize, that it's coming from me that you had to go through things like that.
Yeah.
But you got out of it and you got out of it with your life. That's the main thing. A lot of women don't.
Yes, that's true.
Yes. It's a shame and they keep it quiet. They don't tell any family members or anything, that they're going through that type of situation, but you made it. You're a survivor and you're still looking good with your oils, your skin, real shiny. That's living proof right there.
Yeah.
Right. And one more last thing I have. Did you ever have to turn to like drugs just to keep your mind off of it at that time?
I will be honest. One of the things that I turned to that, really made me disappointed in myself was cigarettes. Okay. So my whole life, I've never smoked cigarettes. And when I got into that relationship, I started smoking cigarettes. And at times I still find myself kind of slip back to them when I'm really stressed or down. And I feel like, wow, what if I never got into that relationship? I probably would have never started smoking cigarettes. But I can't look, back to that. Moving forward, I'm just glad at my growth of, maybe if I'm able to stop smoking cigarettes for a few weeks, and maybe if I'm able to stop smoking cigarettes for a few months or a year, at least there's some growth.
You have a lot of growth because when you get this new growth, that's the path you're on now. See, folks always remember how you used to be, and that's permanent in their head. That's who they think you are.
Yeah.
But when they come up to you, I want you to say this right here. When they come up to the old Miss Serene Queen and think that you're the same person in this type of way, they might say, hey, gal, you ain't this and that. You look at them and you tell them this right here.
Who is
you?
Yes. And that's all you got to say. Who is you?
Yeah.
Right. And then you're good to go. And that's all you got to do.
Yes.
But much praises to you and your son. Much success to you in your business. Would you like to say what your website is? Again, I posted it, but go ahead and say it.
It's www.serenequeen.net, and stay on the look for new products releasing January the 14th.
Good. And your Instagram is what?
My Instagram, my TikTok, as well as my Facebook, Serene Queen LLC.
All right. I'm going to say a little prayer before we get out of here. Lord, give her the strength, give her the knowledge. She's not going back to the past. 2022, she's going towards the future. Everything that already happened, that's old news. We're stomping that out. It's like the song by Kirk Franklin say, stomp. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen. All right. Thanks for joining me on the Let's Talk Under the Tree podcast. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Stay on for about 30 seconds after we get off, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I am the weatherman. We were at Miss Serene Queen, TB, Tina Bradford. She says she's not related to Tom Brady, but that's another conversation that that we will have at another date. It's all good. See, you wouldn't want to be you. One time for your mind, two times for your soul. The Weatherman Out Tree Podcast 2022. See ya.
Kingpin Music.